Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be showing you how you can utilize LandApp when land flipping. Land flipping involves buying raw, vacant land at a low price and then selling it at a higher one. This strategy is really well known amongst house flippers. So, how can you take advantage of the information provided from LandApp and make your land flipping business even more successful? Let's talk about utilizing these key features involved with LandApp. When you land on LandGate's open marketplace, you'll be able to search for really unique listings available. You can scroll through this side panel and look for any listings that might stand out to you if you're not looking for anything specific, or you can utilize the filters and really drill down into very specific listings that you're looking for. I already found a listing that I'm really interested in. We're located in Kansas. We have 30 plus acres, and we are tagged as undeveloped, recreational, timberland, and farmland. I can scroll through these images in order to get a good view of what the property might look like. And if I am registered with an account with LandGate, I'll be able to view the value index scores. If I'm a LandApp subscriber, I'll be able to view the risk index scores. So let's talk about the value index scores for this specific property. We can see that solar energy scored really high. Let's find out why. When you click into the solar index, you'll see new tabs at the top. The first one, electrical infrastructure, tells you how far away the nearest substation, transmission line, or solar farm is. And we provide a legend down at the bottom so you can get a better idea of what you're looking at on the map. So it says that the nearest transmission line is 0.65 miles away. So if I zoom out, I can see there. That's where the transmission line is located. Now, I'm going to check on buildable acreage, as that is another criteria that a lot of renewable energy developers take into account. When I toggle that data layer on, we can see that the total gross acreage is 35 acres, but the total buildable is 28 acres. And we can see why down at the bottom. Now, you might be wondering, we're talking about land flipping, so why bring up solar? The reason is, solar can be a really great way for you to generate revenue quickly, so to speak. When you enter a solar lease, that means you will be earning income on this property between 25 to 50 years. It does take a couple years to get the solar farm built and active, but once you start generating the full lease payment amount, you'll be able to sell those lease payments for a lump sum upfront and not have to wait the full lease term. So let's check how much we potentially could make from a solar lease. You can see here that the estimated solar lease value is $1,552 per acre per year. So out of the 28 acres, we can make over $42,000 every year. And for a full lease term at, let's say, 30 years, we would be making over $1.2 million. Great, right? That's enough money to continue buying properties and flipping them. So what if you're not interested in solar leasing? Well, let's check out the land data. If you want to flip property tailored more towards farmers, ranchers, maybe folks that are looking to put a house on a piece of property that has a lot of acreage, you should first check out the land tab. Here we can see that there is land categories broken down in order to understand the property a lot better. So we can see that the pasture land is most prevalent. Now, these values are estimated values just for the land itself, nothing else specific. So if you want to take into account market value, neighbor prices, things like that, you have the option to edit these values to make it make sense for your purposes. Now, if we were to go and check property features, we can click on soil and see what types of soil is present on the property. So we can see that there are 3 different soil types present on this property. We provide the soil type, the soil quality class, dominant soil group, soil acres, soil description, and prime farmland designation. So you can see that we have pretty decent soil for this property. Now let's go back to property features, as this is really important if someone were wanting to put a house, building, barn on this property. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more just so we can get a better view of this property here. So, like I mentioned before, we do have a 100-year flood zone located on the property here. We do have some topography located on the property, but for the most part, this property is pretty good. I could see it being very easy to develop on here. Let's discuss risk index scores. This is something that you never really find when you're looking at other land listing websites. Here we provide different types of risk index scores for various types of risks. So since we're in Kansas, obviously we have very high scores for tornado, straight line wind, and hail. This could affect the types of buildings that are put on this property. Another thing I am going to point out is the high score of electrical connection and electricity blackout. So as you're performing due diligence, it's always important to take into account the values and the risks, as the risks could mean that potential buyers might not be interested in the property anymore. Another thing I want to point out that not a lot of land listing platforms provide are the amenities. Down here, we have a legend so you can see the types of amenities nearby, and we provide really close amenity summaries. However, if you were to zoom out on the property and view the map yourself, we can see that there's an amenity down here. I'm going to zoom in over here, and it's a fire department. Having amenities nearby or far away could make or break someone wanting to purchase a piece of property. Well, there you have it. That's how a lot of our LandApp subscribers can utilize the tool when considering flipping land or making extra revenue off of land through renewable energy leases. If you have any questions, make sure you put it down in the comments below and check out our video description for all the links to lead you to our marketplace and to our LandApp subscription page. I'll see you in the next video.